This is Dan Riley for Sports Talk. Baseball's All-Star break is a time where the idea of such a game makes some sense. As I've mentioned before on this show, football was smart to get rid of its game, and honestly, hockey should get rid of its own. But the point of today's episode is, it makes no financial sense for pro sports leagues in America to have all-star games anymore. Or any kind of sense for that matter. Nothing is really at stake in these games, so fans don't tune in. Players get hurt in what are just meaningless exhibitions, and sometimes players don't even give a full effort. As a result, television channels can't justify paying to air them. We live in an age where these kind of games seem to have outlived their usefulness. In fact, I'm sure of it. Even baseball could do without its game. A simple coin toss could determine who gets home field advantage in the World Series. No team in Major League Baseball wants a player to take a 90-mile-an-hour fastball to the head in an exhibition game any more than an NFL team wants their guy injured in the Pro Bowl. Do you really think the Detroit Red Wings would have liked it if Steve Yzerman got knocked unconscious in the NHL All-Star game? No, of course not. Any chance at future Stanley Cups would disappear. These games, these all-star games for hockey, football, baseball, and basketball are just games that have only slightly higher stakes than the pickup games we played at recess. The only difference is a check is involved, and I'm not so sure that can be justified anymore either. When team's number one concern is winning a championship, you can't expect players to get excited about games that don't matter either. We really can't justify all-star games at the pro level of sports like we used to. And we have to find another way to celebrate the best of each season. Maybe give them a little bit of a bonus at the end of the day. Some remember the All-Star game when Pete Rose barreled over a catcher and knocked him unconscious. You'd get angry at Pete Rose, but I would ask people why we tolerate these games to begin with. Why teams don't tell guys to sit out. Too much is at stake for players' careers and teams' futures to justify all-star games anymore. This is Dan Riley for Sports Talk. Thank you so much for tuning in, and so long.